Today the video topic is very much interesting. It is APT27, which is usually called as Chinese linked APT group. So yes, we will be having today a deep analysis on this specific APT group. And at first, content credit goes to Cyber. And let's start this video. So these are the couple of things that we are going to cover today. First thing, we'll be having a small introduction about what is APT27. Then we'll get to know the attack method that are being used by them. Then the malware that they are using, the vulnerability that they are exploiting. Then we'll move to the attack history that they have performed in recent years. Then little bit about what kind of organization they are targeting. And that after then we'll get into the mitigations of APT27, how they are attacking and how we can mitigate their attacks. And at last we'll be discussing on IOC, which is called indicators of compromise, and then we'll conclude this talk. So I hope you are going to enjoy. If yes, just click on thumbs up button and you can comment your views as well. So at first, the introduction to APT group. So the origin was 2009. In 2009, APT group was APT27 was started. So APT27 is usually called Chinese threat group, also known for extensively using water holing technique and spear phishing attacks to target victims. The threat group, which has been active for over a decade, uses multiple malware and exploit numerous vulnerability to meet its espionage goal. So it keep altering the attack strategy and ploys to avoid detection while spying on victims. Lately, the group seems to have started working on a new model of espionage and along with financially motivated attack by including ransomware in their attack campaign. So this was the small history about the small thing about what is APT27 and how they get famous for all those things. Now let's know a little bit the name related to APT27. So these are a couple of names which is being associated with APT27. So whenever you see any of these name, it means APT27 name is there. So the first name is APT27 for sure. Imisi Panda is the same name of APT27. Iron Tiger, Jeep Token, Group 35, Temp.hippo, TG3390, Iron Panda, Lucky Mouse without a space, Iron Panda, Threat Group, 3390 and Bronze Union. These are the also the name of uh, this specific APT27 group. These are the attack motives, why they are doing attacks. First thing is for the cyber espionage campaigns. Second thing, they are usually attacking for data theft. And at last, third point is basically ransom. They are doing some sort of ransom attack to just get ransom from that victims. Now let's understand little bit about their attack methods. So APT27 is right now capable of deploying a variety of tools and technique for its cyber espionage mission. Between 2015 and 17, the threat group compromised victims' network by using water holding technique via nearly 100 compromised legitimate websites. So, despite public disclosure of its activity in 2017, the gang cyber espionage operation continued with evolution in its mission. In February 2019, the group attempted leaving off the land attack to steal information on cutting edge weapon technology and spy on dissident and other civilian groups. Later on, in 2020, I guess in March, the APT group abuses the COVID-19 pandemic fear to lure people by sending uh, static email campaign or tempting IM or phishing malware links. And later on to April 2020, it has carried out cross-platform attack on back-end servers to steal business data. So these are the couple of attack methods that are being used by the APT27. They are famous for water holding attack, spear phishing, remote code execution, leaving of the land attack, rootkit attack, supply chain attack, and unauthorized access. So these are a couple of attacks that are being involved in APT27 hacking campaign. If you want detailed video on any of these, then just comment it down. We'll just create on it as well. Now, the malware that are being used and the vulnerability that was exploited by the team. So, in starting in 2011, a honeypot computer discovered the exploitation of vulnerability in Microsoft product, in which April 27 dropped Ghost Rat, which is basically pronounced as GH0ST Rat. Later on, in 2013, the group was discovered using various plugx malware strain. The same year, the group also deployed WebSail, which is known as China Chopper, and during the attack on SharePoint servers belonging to the Middle East government in 2016, a malware variant of HTTP browser was discovered, which researchers linked to APT27 group. Basically, the working and modus operandi was almost same. That's why the researchers just concluded that this is linked to the APT27 group. And basically, it was targeted a consumers drone company in Europe as well. Later on 2018 in February, the group had launched an attack campaign named PZ Chow, and using two versions of Mimikatz password scrapping utility to collect password and upload them to the C2 server. The threat actors also tried it their hands to crypto mining attacks using Zombie Boy malware, which abused multiple vulnerability in compromises targeted network, which is something like CV 2017 9073, CV 2017 0143, CV 2017 0146. So these were the couple of vulnerability that they just took benefit of it. And after that, in 2018, in September 2018, multiple infection from a previously unknown Trojan were discovered in the attack, and that used a malicious NDIS proxy drive, and you can say the NDIS proxy driver with a certificate of Chinese IT company. So it was also given a intruder of this is linked from the Chinese and might be APT27. Later on in 2020, the APT27 used an updated version of ZXLRAT to target the latest version of Windows 10. Basically, that in that year, Windows 10 was launched, I guess. So they were trying to uh, use the latest version of ZXLRAT, and which is usually used to target the latest version of Windows 10, because the signature was not uploaded onto their window defender, so it was not easy to catch that specific rat, so that's why it was in a wide use. Later on 2021, the attackers deploy climbing and plugx using an older Google update executable that was exposed to DLL side loading. And additionally, they use CV 2017 and 0213 to escalate privilege, means something privilege escalations kind of thing where they are getting the kind of administrator access. So it was found, and in that specific attacks and here it was found that utilizing other tools that include PSPX, spy webcell, post exploitation tool, bits admin, hypo bro backdoor, and there are some BitLocker, Mimiscat, and a crypto miner. And later on in 2021, in March, the group exploited several vulnerability, which was CV 2021 26857, 26858, 27065, and 26855, which was a proxy legion vulnerability, which was affecting Microsoft Exchange server. And in the same year, means last year 2021, in April, the group updated its toolkit with an updated SYS update malware variant. And in September, researchers alleged that APT27 was behind an attack campaign exploited a vulnerability CB 2021 40539 in Zoho's managed engine product and DS Self Service Plus. So I hope you all heard about Zoho. There was an attack on Zoho, okay, in recent years. So it was April 27 who was behind that specific attack. So later on, however, a similar attack that abuses a newly identified vulnerability 2020 CB 2021 44077 in Zoho Managed Engine and Service Desk Plus was dedicated to the Chinese group. And in this year, in 2021, security expert discovered APT27 relying again on Hyperbrurat to backdoor target in Germany, and meanwhile, fileless and Socketless backdoor malware, dubbed Socket Detour, was used against US defense contractor in February, where researchers suspected to link to APT-27 group. So in our daily hacking news series that we are covering at midnight on our same YouTube channel VIH group, we are covering all this thing. There was attack on Johor, we have also covered. There was attack on the contract defense contractor of US, it was also covered. So you can get update from April 27 from there as well. So this was, as I told you, there were a couple of malware that were used by this specific hacking group, APT group, APT-27. First one is Sogu, Ghost, PSPX, Spy, Xerxel Rat, Hyperbro, PlugX Rat, Window Credential Editor, and Found Core. So these were the basically the things that was being used from this specific group as a form of malware. Now let's understand the tool that was used in this specific attack. So most probably you all are going to learn about this. You can search on GitHub, you can search on Google, you'll get a lot of information. So this was the tool that was as well that are being used right now by the APT-27 group. First one is the China Chopper, second is the JetStack dump, third one HTTP browser, Impacket, ipconfig, Mimikatz, NVT net, OAuth, pwdump, ZXL. So these are the couple of tools that was being used from the side of APT-27 for performing the attacks. Now the attack history. So APT-27 first sought into the limelight of September 2015 when it stole trillion of bytes of confidential data from US government and its military defense contractor, intelligence agency, and FBI based partner as well. So there was a huge attack on US infrastructure which was associated with the US government. Later on, the next month, a variant of core plug rat, which is called plugx that I told you earlier, was found. This could use an antivirus to target Vietnam's Institute of Doxing, where 4 lakh members of Vietnam's airline. This is the Vietnam's airline flight, where 4 lakh members of Vietnam Airlines were doxed. And the group carried out an espionage campaign in June as well. In 2018, when it discredited plant malware in Mongolian government. This is kind of Mongolian government. So uh, they were attacked. They were put up some sort of malware onto the Mongolian government website. Later on, the researchers disclosed Syrian user as government next target and group next target. It was said that Syria will be the next target of this specific group in the following month, and it uses Windows and Android spyware to exfiltrate sensitive information from this on their devices. Later on, the group forward into financially motivated cybercrime scene in 2021, and onwards they started using ransomware in the attack. And it reportedly infected the servers of several major gaming companies globally. They launched attack on the Vietnam's government and military organization in an advanced campaign, where researchers revealed this specific thing in April 2021. The next month, the threat group installed a web shell on SharePoint server to compromise government organization. And later in December, a chat software able to chat software which was a kind of desktop software used by the 430 government agency in Mongolia was abused to spread the Hyperbro backdoor. And core plug rat and TM manager it was spreaded at the time of Mongolian government. During its attack on the Johor platform uh, that I told you earlier, the APT-27 impacted at least 9 organizations across multiple critical sectors worldwide, including defense, energy, healthcare, and technology. And in this year, right now in 2022, in January itself, German Domestic Intelligence Service, this is a sign of the German Domestic Intelligence Service. So they were warned against ongoing attack, which was coordinated by APT-27. The group is also suspected to be a part of larger Tile Temple campaign, wherein the network of at least one US defense contractor were compromised. So these were the couple of attacks that were performed by the APT-27 group in the recent year, and this was the history. of that specific group. So these are the couple of sectors that was being targeted by APT 27. First one, the government. They are targeting usually government, IT, research, business services, high tech, energy department, aerospace department, travel, automotive, and electronics department. Always this was the some sort of target that was always uh, being entertained by this specific group. So couple of targeted entities. The group, let me define you all this thing. The group has targeted multiple regions across the world, part of the world, including America, Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. As a target sector, it always appears interested into government, information technology, research, business services, high-tech energy, aerospace, travel, automobiles, and electronics. Some of the notable target entities include Amper SA, Microsoft, Apple Desktop, Mongolian Government Agency, Turkish Agency, and German Commercial Organization. So these was the couple of organizations that were being targeted in the previous days, and region, as I told you, North America, Southeast Asia, Western Asia, Eastern Asia, Southern America, and Middle East. This was usually on the target range of APT 27. Now let's talk about the mitigations, how we can mitigate these attacks from APT 27. So the use of email as an attack vector by APT 27 is very common, and looking at the seriousness of this threat, organizations are suggested to train their employees regularly. As for the protection against the web shell, employ regularly update application and operating system to fix any known vulnerabilities. To limit misuse of unauthorized access, implement at least privilege policy on the web server to reduce the ability of attackers to escalate privilege or pivot laterally. And as we all know, APT 27 also conduct ransomware attacks, so it is recommended to keep your frequent backup of sensitive information and apply robust anti-ransomware solution for better protection. Moreover, the best way to counter that keep on continuously evolving its attack vectors is by operationalizing threat intelligence across security workflow. Use advanced threat intelligence platform as well. This will be going to help you as well. Try to implement SIEM, SOC, Security Operations Center, in your organization, in your institute, wherever you are working. Either if you are working in government as well, then this is most preferable. Apart from this, if there will be any cyber attack on any of the organization, and if you are associated with India, if you are in India, then you can report to cybercrime.gov.in. The law enforcement agency will always try to help you in their best. And at last, if you're not getting any solution, then you can contact us as well. We'll try to help you out in that specific situation. Now, these are the couple of indicators of compromise. The campaign against this specific PPT page is related to campaign which was against server desk plus. So these were the files that was being found. This was the SHA 2256 encryption that was found, and this was the path where the things were being saved and from where this was executed. This is the IOC for cyber attack on exchange server domain. These are the domain that was being targeted, the IP that you can look out into Google as well, DLL files, and these are a couple of ITs which was found on specific attack. And this is the indicator of compromise which is of Mongolian government. So these were the URL that was associated, IP address, domain, and these were the file names which was saved into the system. So the conclusion part at last. So as we all know, APT 27 seems to be active at present and has already shown advanced capabilities in targeted victims using different malware and methods. So further, the group take advantage of every possible vectors to get access inside targeted organization. It keep on continuously updating its tool, tactics and procedure, which is called TTP. They were usually doing all these things to stay ahead in the game. And researchers suspected that the group will continue its attack and come up with more enhanced tactics in the near future. So thus, the organization should stay alert and proactively track this threat group to ward off any forthcoming damage to the businesses. So these were a couple of things that we have covered in this specific video. So if you need any help, if you want anything from our side, anything, any help, whatever you want, so these are the contact details of ours, VIH group. You can look out on social medias, on every Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You can reach out us with the name VIH group. You can mail us support@vih.com, and this is a website where you can visit. So by that being said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you got a lot of things to learn. If yes, you can click the subscribe button, and you can share with your friends. So thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day. Jai Hind.